Hello students, today we'll see the last part of Unit 2 in Geography. So far we have completed up to the erosional landforms of wind. Today we'll start with the depositional landforms which are created by wind. Depositional landforms of wind are sand dunes, birchens and loess. Sand dunes. In deserts, during sandstorms, wind carries loads of sand. When the speed of wind decreases, huge amount of sand gets deposited. These mounds or hills of sand are called sand dunes. There are different types of sand dunes. So we know what is storm, right? Storm means puyal, no? So sandstorm means, so during the sandstorm, loads and loads of sand will carried out in the air, carried out through the wind. So during the sandstorm, the sand will carried out by the wind, and when the speed of the wind gets decreases, the sand will be deposited on a place. So a large amount of sand will be deposited on a place and it creates a structure of a hills or a mounds. This is called sand dunes. This is sand dunes. Birchen. Birch are isolated crescent-shaped sand dunes. They have gentle slopes on the windward side and steep slopes on the leeward side. So we know what is sand dunes, right? So the sand dunes which are in the crescent shape. What do you mean by crescent? Crescent means a shape which is similar to half moon. Okay. So the sand dunes which are deposited in a place and the shape has looked like a crescent. So it is an isolated birch. Okay. And it have slopes. So the wind blow side, that is known as windward side. Leeward side means it is the side which is opposite to wind blowing. Okay. So in the windward side it has gentle slopes. But in the leeward side it has steep slope. Steep means vertical slope. So the sand dunes which are deposited in a place and the shape of the sand dunes is similar to a crescent. So it is known as birchens. This is birchen. Transverse dunes. Transverse dunes are asymmetrical in shape. They are formed by alternate slow and fast winds that blow from the same direction. So transverse dunes are asymmetrical. Asymmetrical means they are in irregular shape. They are not in a regular or in a even. They are in a irregular in shape. So how they are formed? They are formed by the wind that blow in the same direction but in alternate way. So the wind which blow in same direction but in alternate way, that is slow and fast. So through this transverse dunes are formed. But the transverse dunes are in asymmetrical shape. So why these dunes are irregular in shape? If the wind that blows fastly in a same direction, it may create a landform which is even. But here the wind blows in same direction but in slowly and fastly. So it creates a landform which is irregular. This is transverse dunes. Longitudinal dunes. Longitudinal dunes are long, narrow ridges of sand which extend in a direction parallel to the prevailing winds. These dunes are called saves in Sahara. So longitudinal dunes means it is a long dunes. See here, it is a long, narrow dunes. Narrow means it is short, no? So it is a long, narrow dunes. So how this is formed? This is formed to the side which is parallel to the windward side. So through the wind, this long, narrow dunes are formed which is parallel to the prevailing winds, means the windward side. So in Sahara, these dunes are called as saves. These are longitudinal dunes. Loess. The term loess refers to the deposits of fine silt and porous sand over a vast region. Extensive loess deposits are found in northern and western China, the pampas of Argentina, in Ukraine, and in the Mississippi Valley of the United States. So loess means tiny and softy sand particles. Fine silt means softy particles. So tiny and softy sand particles which are deposited in a vast region. Vast region means it is a large area. Okay. So the tiny and small particles which are deposited in a vast region is known as loess. So these type of loess are found in northern and western China, the pampas of Argentina which is located in Ukraine, and the Mississippi Valley which is located in United States.
This is loess.
Wave. A steady up crest and down through movement of surface water are called waves. Sea waves are the most powerful agents of gradation, and their erosional, transportational and depositional process are confined to a very narrow belt along coastal areas. So the sea waves are the up and down movement of a water is known as waves. So the sea waves are most powerful agents. So the process of this sea waves is erosion, transportation and deposition. We can see this type of process only in the coastal areas. This is confined to a very narrow belt along coastal areas. We can see the landforms which is created by the waves can be seen only in the coastal areas. Erosional landforms of waves. Some of the erosional landforms of sea waves are sea cliff, sea cave, sea arch, sea stack, beach, bar and spit and wave cut platform. Now we'll see the erosional landforms which are formed by the waves. So first one is sea cliff. Sea cliffs are steep rock faces formed when sea waves dash against them. The rocks get eroded to form steep vertical walls. Imagine if a mountain is near to the sea waves are always in a continuous movement. It's like horizontally and like vertically. Okay, so if the rock is near to the sea waves will definitely dash in the rocks. So sea waves will dash in the rocks. So the sides of the rocks are get eroded and it forms a steep vertical wall. So when the sea waves dash on the rocks gets eroded. So it creates a steep vertical walls is known as sea cliff.
This is sea cliff.
Sea cave. Prolonged wave attack on the base of the cliff erodes rock materials which results in the formation of caves. So we know what is a sea cliff, right? So a formation of steep vertical walls due to the wave attack is known as sea cliff. So in the sea cliff is there. So the basement of the sea cliff is eroded by the wave. Then it creates a formation of cave-like structure. It is known as sea cave. Prolonged wave means a wave which is continuing there for a long time. That is prolonged wave. So the basement of the sea cliff is eroded by the wave and it creates a cave-like structure. It is known as sea caves.
This is sea cave.
Sea arch. When two caves approach one another from either side of a headland and unite, they form an arch. For example, Neil Island, Andaman and Nicobar. So we know what is the caves, right? So when two caves, so see here, if a caves is like this, when two caves approach one another, so the side of a headland unite. So if the headland is united like this, it creates an arch-like structure. It is known as sea arch. See here, it is a cave and this is also a cave. If these two joins together, it forms an arch-like structure. It is known as sea arch.
This is sea arch.
Sea stack. Further erosion by waves ultimately leads to the total collapse of the arch. The seaward portion of the headland will remain as a pillar of rock down as stack. For example, the Old Man of Hoy in Scotland. So see here, if a sea arch is there, if this part is also eroded by the sea waves, so then these two things will remain. Okay, so this is similar to a pillar, no? So a pillar like structure is known as sea stack.
This is sea stack.
Wave cut platforms. Flat surface found at the foot of sea cliffs are called as wave cut platforms. Wave cut platforms is also referred as wave cut benches terrace. See here, if this is a sea and this is a sea cliff. So there is a flat platform which is found near the sea cliff is known as wave cut platforms. It is also
This is wave cut platform.
called as wave cut benches terrace. Depositional landforms of waves. Beach. Sand and gravel are moved and deposited by waves along the shore to form beaches. This is the most dominant and constructive work of the sea. For example, Juhu Beach along Mumbai coast, Puri Beach in Odisha, and Marina Beach in Chennai. To form beaches, the sand and the fine particles are deposited by the waves along the shore in parallel to the seashore. This is known as beaches. For example, Juhu Beach along to the Mumbai coast, Puri Beach in Odisha, and Marina Beach in Chennai. Bar. A bar is an elongated deposit of sand, shingle or mud found in the sea, almost parallel to the shoreline. So the sand particles, gravels which are found in the sea are deposited parallel to the shoreline. So this is called bar. So the sand particles deposited parallel to the shoreline is called bar.
These are sea bar.
Spit. A spit is a ridge or embankment of sediment attached to the land on one end and terminating in open water on the other end. Spits are common at the mouth of estuaries, for example, Kakinada Spit. Sediments are deposited from the land to the seashore. So it forms a ridge. This is known as spit. So these type of spit can be seen in the mouth of estuary. For example, Kakinada Spit.